Good morning, guys. Mrs. Z here. Look what I've got this morning. What do you suppose that is? That, my friend, is a pair of clippers. What do you suppose I'm doing with those clippers? I am busy pruning my blackberry bushes. Now, these are not wild blackberries. These are tame blackberries. That means I planted them. They didn't just grow here on my fence in the pasture. Now, let me show you what a live blackberry plant looks like. It has a purplish tint to it. Look at that purple color. And it has little leaves starting to grow out of it. This is early spring here in Kansas, and my blackberry bushes are just now getting some leaves on them. Sweet, 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 sweet. Now, there are a whole lot of these plants that do not have any leaf on them. They don't have a purplish color, but they're growing all around in the midst of these living plants. So let me show you the difference. Looky there. See the difference? Dead, living. Now, as a gardener, I'm going to go through here, and I've already started. I'm going to cut away all the dead stuff, and I'm going to throw it on this giant pile that I started yesterday. Look at that. Is that big or is that big? And pretty soon I'm going to lug that tarp out into the field before we start planting corn, and I'm going to burn that pile of dead stuff because we don't need it. And all it's doing is cutting down the productivity of the living stuff. That means it's making it, kind of choking it back so it can't produce a lot of blackberries on my living plants. Now, about 10 years ago, my friend George gave me 5 little starts that looked like this. Blackberry starts. He cut them off of his blackberry bushes, his living ones, and he brought them to me, and I planted them here right along this fence row. Let me show you. 5 little sprigs over the years has produced all of these blackberries, and I've been enjoying blackberries for a long time now. I love blackberries. You guys like blackberries? Oh, it's one of my fondest memories of growing up. My mom would make blackberry cobbler, and I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So my job today is something that I should have done a long, long time ago. I should have come in here every spring and cut out all the dead stuff so that my blackberry bushes would produce more fruit, more blackberries. But I've been lazy. It was too much work. I didn't want to. But it's time. My blackberry bushes have not produced well in the last few years. So today and yesterday, I'm cutting out all of the dead stuff, all of the dead that's not producing any fruit anymore, and I'm throwing them on the pile to be burned. And then I come along, and all the living plants with little leaves on them that have the purple tinted stem, I prune them back. I cut back where they're just about a foot tall. Let me show you a little bit better. See all those sprigs that I cut back with the little leaves on them? There you go. Look how thin it is after I cut the dead stuff away. So I prune them back so that they will produce more fruit. The whole time I was doing this yesterday, I remembered a passage of scripture in John 15 that talks about God the Father being the gardener. Just like me, I'm the gardener with my pruners. And for his children, when he sees things in our lives that don't bring glory to him, he takes his pruners and he cuts away all the dead stuff, just like I'm doing, and he throws it on the fire to be burned. And then he prunes back the living things, and ouch, it hurts. And most of the time when he does his pruning in our lives, it does hurt, because he's trying, just like me as a gardener, I'm trying to get my plants to produce more fruit. And it may not be pleasant at the time, but in the end, it causes us to bear more fruit, to look more like Jesus, to bring glory to Him. And so, it may not be fun for me as the gardener or for my plants, but in the end, we're going to have more blackberries to eat, and I can hardly wait to make that first blackberry cobbler. Do you think I can pick blackberries tomorrow when I do my pruning today? No. As in all farming, we have to be patient. The work we do today affects our tomorrows. We have to plant today or prune today and wait, probably till blackberries are like July. It's going to be May, June, July, about 3 months before I can eat any blackberries off of these bushes. So we have to be working ahead of time, preparing our plants to produce that fruit. Now we're ready to burn that pile of the dead stuff. Burning away all that dead, hindering stuff. I can't wait to taste those blackberries later on this year.